to the outgoing dashboard. All right. So by default, the status is review only. So meaning every transaction which is not transmitted to LHDN or not be approved by your manager, it will under review. All right. So of course you can switch to other document status by clicking on this one. You can see on my screen I already have some of my document validated. I also have some of my transaction under consolidated, and then I also have some transaction is already approved by my manager but pending for me to transmit to LHDN. Then of course sometime maybe I have some mistake in my transaction. My manager could also disapprove the transaction, ask me to make some changes to the transaction before I transmit, right? So you can actually mouse over to see what is the reason why my manager rejected these transactions. All right, so assuming I already know the quantity is wrong, then I don't need to go to other screen. Just stay within this Invoice console and then click on view transactions. And basically I can just make the change on the fly. So I know actually what's wrong already. Maybe I just changing the quantity from 10 to 20. Click on save. You can see now the status will be back to review again. So now I can just quickly ask my manager, okay, manager, Mr. Manager, okay, now my changes has been done. So please review again. Then your manager will come to the screen and check everything's okay. What they need to do is click on approve. That's it. All right. So when I see the transaction is ready for transmitted, meaning it's already approved. So I mean, for my better checking, I can actually simply click on the status to approve only. Then I know, okay, which transaction actually is ready for me to transmit. All right, so for my cases now, I can see just now the invoice maybe is 125, maybe the 2005 one. So I just want to test it out for this transaction. So just click on transmit. So basically you see the processing information. And we are just transmitting to HDN now. So transmitted. So the next step, you can see the status changing from approved to submitted. But you need to click on the get status to get the latest status from LHDN to see whether this transaction has been validated. Sometimes it may take some time. So when the time you click on this get status button, you can see there's a message saying that 0 record updated. So do not worry, because sometimes LHDN site they may take some time also to verify the document. So you just maybe take some time also. I mean, a few minutes later, click on the get status again, then you can see the one record updated. And if I change it now to validated, I can see the transaction is validated successfully. And I'm sure that you will notice also there's a little small icon here. So what is the purpose for this little small icon? We understand that maybe you transmitted a batch of the invoices and then maybe you're not sure so which invoice the validated PDF has been shared to your customer. So that's why we provide these small little features just to assist you, to tell you that, okay, if you see this small little icon, you will know that, okay, I already shared my PDF to my customer. All right, so before I show you the PDF, I just want to show you that after the invoice has been transmitted successful, you basically enhance the system to allow you to click on the validation link column. So just click on it. Then basically system will just bring you over to the My Invoice portal to show you this is the summary of your validated invoice. So the same thing when you share the PDF with the embedded QR code to the customer, when they scan the customer, they will see the same thing. All right. So this is one extra enhancement just for you to really write the document before you share the QR to your customer. All right. So for example, if let's say you really want to send this validated invoice to your customer, so just click on the three dot. And you can see for those validated invoice, we will actually help you to create one PDF, included the QR code inside. And then just click on the PDF. And you can see this is the QR. So when your customer or maybe yourself scan the QR, you can see the same screen that I showed just now. which is this one, same output. Then, of course, if you really want to check the output in your My Invoice portal, then you can do so. So assuming now you already go to My Invoice portal, and then this is the document list. So we're showing you whether you actually submitted from your system or maybe you received from your supplier. All right. So if you want to check, so let's check the invoice number. So this one is #SINV0010, which is the one we have submitted just now. This one, all right? So the amount is 2,540. So I want to verify whether the amount submitted from UBS is correct. So I can just go to this screen and then just click on this UUID. So you can verify your supply invoice, which is the one in your company profile, and then the buyer is the customer. And then you can just verify this is the item line, and then you can see the classification code that you have mapped to your item. You also can check from here. All right, included the measurement, the UM that we mapped just now, remember? And of course, the final amount is also matched with the one in UBS. All right. All right, so this is for the standard invoice. Then, of course, according to government, you have actually 6-month grace period to do the consolidated invoice, right? And now we also enhance the system for you to do the consolidated invoice. And what's the difference between the standard invoice and also the console invoice? So in the standard invoice screen, you basically can select also multiple transactions. But in fact, when you transmit to the LHDN My Invoice portal, then we actually treat it as a batch transmission. But for the consolidated, it's basically we will group all the selected invoice into a single e-invoice and transmit as a one single document. All right, so I can show you. So assuming now I already have some of the transactions ready for me to transmit for the consolidation. So before I can transmit as console, first thing I need to make sure I select all these transactions. And then I need to click on the consolidate button. All right. Once click, then you can see my transaction has been changed from the status has been changed from approved to consolidated. So that means this transaction is not submitted as a standard e-invoice, but we group under consolidated and do the submissions. All right. And after that, you can go to consolidated tab. And you can see I have my draft version of the consolidated created. So why draft? Because we want you to verify before you transmit, right? So what to verify? Just click on the 3 dot and then view list. So basically, this is the transaction you have grouped under this console, I would say consolidated group. All right. So, and we also, according to HTM, basically they don't allow different currency transaction to be grouped under the same console invoice. So that's why just now you can actually see me to select. Actually, I have selected maybe multiple transaction. For example, maybe 6 transactions, and then 4 of them actually is under MYR currency, Malaysia Ringgit, and 2 of them is under SGD. So when I click on console, actually the system is smart enough for to help you to split into 2 different consoles. So that's why on the screen you can see under the dot currency, we do have the first group is for the MYR, and then the second group is for the SGD. All right. So when you click on this, here you go. Then, of course, sometimes maybe you say, okay, I want to adjust maybe some of the transaction before I already transmit this console. Then, okay, of course, the system should allow you to do so. What you need to do is just to make sure you remove the current console group. And then back to the transaction that you want to edit. For example, maybe just approve again. Then, yeah, maybe I want to adjust it 15 invoice. So some people may have a question after approve, you still allow me to do the editing. So what happened to my approved transaction? Maybe my manager is not aware of that changes. So no worries, I will show you. So for example, same thing, maybe because of the quantity is different. So just change the quantity and save. And you can see now my transaction is being changed from approved to review only. So I need to my manager need to review again the changes before I really can transmit. So same thing, go to approve, select all, console. So for your case, if you have not submit any invoice yet and you really want to group everything under the invoice, under the console invoice, what you need to do is filter the date range and then click on select all, click on console. System will help you to do the grouping. All right. So the next step is verify again to see if the changes is correct. So if everything is okay, just simply click on the checkbox, transmit. The same thing like what you did for your standard invoice. All right, so transmitted, then you can see the transaction, the status changing from review to submitted. So same thing, get status, validated. You can see that if your configuration and mapping is doing correctly and maintained completely, doing an invoice is just few second job. All right, so after validated, same thing, you can see there's a validation link coming back. Check the details whether it's correct. So 27,955. Yeah, same, match, pass. All right. So now we also understand that maybe some of the user may concern about the authorized people, because you want to allow the authorized people to maybe to do the console. I don't want everybody to do the submission. Then of course we also allow you to set the user define for the user ID that can access to this invoice console. All right. So from here you can go to administration, user define invoice. And from here you can see these are the list of the user defined that you can set to your user either by user ID or maybe by user PIN group. Okay, so you're also wondering what is different between configuration and configuration authorized approval. So assuming today my company have two different staff, right? So staff number A and staff number B. So I want the user A to have the access right to the configuration, but I don't want to assign him as an approver. So from this screen, you can just simply untick or maybe assign the rights to the staff number B. So for example, if let's say I don't want maybe A to have the rights to approve. So from here, I just, that's it. So come back to the same screen. Maybe I just issue a new invoice again. You can see whatever you enter actually will auto flow to the screen. So you don't need to worry, you need to transfer this and that. No. All right. So again, to ease myself, to change the review only. So although this transaction is pending for approval, but because I don't have rights to approve, so that's why when I go this three dot button, I don't have them approve and the disapprove menu. Unless my manager or maybe my admin go to system and help me to set the rights again, and I can see the rights now and approve. All right. Thank you. I think that's wrap up my
self-build.
Okay.